Welcome guys to today's build. It's your boy Adinuba, and today we are going to be building a beautiful review app using HTML, CSS and JavaScript. You will not want to miss that. It's gonna be interesting. Let's go there and review the application we are going to be building. Now here is the demo of the application we're about to build. So this is the awesome application, very beautiful, looking good, looking nice. And one good thing about this application is it has both light theme and dark theme. By clicking here, it will switch to dark theme, and when I click again, it will switch back to light theme. The default theme is the light theme. For those of you there who want to learn how to build a better UI using HTML, CSS and JavaScript, this is the best practice application for you to build. I'd like to encourage you to pick up your laptop and follow along. Even if you don't know how to code very well, you can follow along on this tutorial. All you just need to do is pick your laptop and do the same thing you see me doing on the screen. Now let's test the responsiveness of the application. So let's switch to the responsive mode. So I have successfully switched on responsive mode, and as you can see, the application is very responsive. Like, look at it. That's wow, that is nice. That is looking awesome. This is a nice build. For those of you who are just a beginner, or you are a professional already and you want to widen your knowledge, you want to get better on coding, this is the right project to go for. So without wasting much time, let's get started with the coding aspect. And by the way, if you have not subscribed to my channel, endeavor to do so right now. Click that subscription button, and also remember to click on the notification button. So let's create a root folder where we'll be saving all the codes, all the files we're going to be creating for this project. So let's click or double click on the desktop, and let's create a folder called review app. So the next thing is to open the folder on the VS Code. So I will drag and drop the folder on top of VS Code icon, and boom, it opened. Common. So here we're going to be creating 3 different files. So the first file we're going to be creating is index.html. We are going to be creating another file called style.css and another file called app.js. And lastly, we're going to be creating a folder where we're going to be placing all the images we're going to be making use on this project. So I will create images folder, and I will drag and drop all my images into this folder. So now you can see the list of images I'll be making use of on the project. So let me wrap it up, and let's go to index.html. Sorry, I made a mistake on the name. Let me remove E. Okay, so we are right inside index.html. So let's start with the structure of HTML. Yeah, I'll be changing the title to be review app. Right, the next is to link to the style. So to link to the style, we'll use link, and we put style.css. And the next, let's link to JavaScript file. So we will use script tag to link to our JavaScript file. App.js. Next, we're going to be using a font awesome icon on this project. So let's go to our favorite browser and grab a link for font awesome. So I will type in font awesome CDN. So here I will be picking the first one, cdnjs.com. So I'll be grabbing the first link. I will just grab the code by clicking here, and I will go back to my code and paste it over here. So this is a link to Font Awesome CDN, Content Delivery Network. You can generate code by using shortcut. So let's use shortcut and generate code. So what this shortcut means is this. I'm saying VS Code should create an element called aside with a class name of sidebar, and within the aside, I want VS Code to create a section element that has a class name of logo underscore container, and within the logo container, I want to create a span that has a class name of logo. So let's click on enter so that VS Code can generate the code. Look at it. See, this is it. This is what we have here. So after the logo, I will come over here and create H1 and write Adinuba. That is my name. So we have already linked to Font Awesome icon, and I want to use icon as my logo. Let's come over to our browser and search for fontawesome.com. So let's click on icons. So I'll be using Slack as my logo, and here is it. So just scroll up and click on this environment, and the code for that icon will be copied. So I'll paste it over here. So we are done for that. So here again, let's generate a code using shortcut. Yeah. So we are going to create a search input, and we'll give it a placeholder of search. So here I will go and look for a search icon and place it within here. So let's go back to fontawesome.com. Search. And I will be making use of this one. So let's copy and paste within here. So let's create tab colon. And within our tab column, we are going to be creating the tab item. So I will just go straight and add the icon. You can always go back to fontawesome.com and search for the icon, but I'll just go straight and add the code here so that we can be fast. We can do this as fast as possible. So this is a flag icon. Okay, we are done with the tab item. Next, let's create the tab drop down. So here we're going to duplicate it, be duplicating this one so that we can get the rest. So we need to duplicate 2 more times. So in this last one, let's add active to it. So the tab drop down item, let's add active. And what we'll do next, I think we are done with our first tab colon, which is this one. So what we need to do next is to duplicate the tab colon and then edit it. So I will duplicate. So I have duplicate. So what I will do right now is I will delete this tab drop down. So in here I will just edit this to fit my tab column, the next tab column. So I will say my shop, and I will just change the icon here to another icon. So scroll up before we continue with any other thing. Scroll up and add active to the first tab colon. Okay, let's duplicate this one again. 1, 2. So let's edit. And as usual, let's change the icon. Let's duplicate 2 more times. I think this is more than 2 more times. Okay. And we are done with our tab container. So the next, let's create our user container. Let's add our profile image. Next, let's add a logout icon there. Wow, awesome. We are through with our sidebar. We are through with the HTML part of our sidebar. So right now, before we go into the styling of our sidebar, let's view what you have done so far on the browser. So I will just click here. Well, this is what we have done. As you can see, it looks somehow very outrageous. So let me put it on Firefox. Come on, look at it. Look at it. So let's begin the styling. Here on our CSS file, there are CSS variables we're going to be making use of in this project. I will just paste it so that we can do things fast. So here are the CSS variables we're going to be making use of on this project. So this one is for the dark theme. So we're not going to be making use of it for now. So I will just comment it for now. Then here we have Google font. So this is a pop-in font. So you can easily get that on Google font. So let's get started with writing our general CSS stylings, and then before we go into styling the sidebar specifically. So first I start my universal selector. So anything I write within the universal selector will affect every element in my HTML document. So let's start. So for the body, I'll be using the background. The background color I'll be using is color RGB secondary. This one over here. That's the one I'm going to be using for the body. So we wouldn't want our images to shrink. So let's give it a styling that will make it not to shrink. So every image should have a width of 100% by default. Minimum height of every image should be 100%. And then object fit, we are going to use cover. So we are saying that the text color of every anchor tag should be text color. So what we are doing here, we're just writing some general stylings. So we're going to be using star in our code. So let's just write a general styling right now so that later on we will just be making use of it. So my icon and my button. Next is our profile container. Next, we're going to be using toggle menu. So let's style it with an ID. Next, we're going to be using overlay. So we are done with our general styles, as you can see. So now let's start with the sidebar. But before we go into the sidebar, let's take a look at what we have. You can see we have some little changes. You know, this images was somehow big before now, but right now it's taking shape. So let's start the sidebar. So let's select sidebar. So we are giving it a height of 100 pixels because we want the sidebar to start from the beginning here and end here at the end here. So that's why we're using 100 pixels as a height of our sidebar. So this style is just for our logo. So let's start the search container right now. So now we are done with styling our search container. Let's take a look at what we have. So look at it. This is what we have for now. Okay, but as you can see, there's a mistake here. So we need to select this one. Is not a class name, it's an element. So let's remove that from there. And this is what we have, and this is beautiful. So next, let's style our tab container. So make it +1. Let's start the tab colon. So we don't have much for tab colon right now. So inside the title icon, we'll have H3. We would like to style. So also the tab column, the one that is active, currently active, we want to make the color of the icon that is on the left side, which is thus the color of this icon, the one that is active, the tab column, the one that is active, the color of that icon should change to another color. So to do that, that's why I added active, but active here. So this is it. So if you take a look at our HTML, you'll see that the tab column that has an active is the first one, which is why only this icon is color, is our color primary. So as you can see, other icons are not our color primary. So still the right icon, which is the expand icon. Let's style it. So this icon, the one that is active, when it is active, we want the icon to turn and be facing up. let's select this and paste here. Just add the active to it. We can start the one that is currently active. So let's show the drop down, the drop down inside the tab column that is active. Okay, so let's see how this code, the outcome before this code was been writing all this while. So this is what we got, but here this test is not supposed to be here, it's supposed to be somewhere here. So let's see what is causing it. So let's come to the HTML. So we have history. Okay, so we selected it over here. Tab button, history. Okay, so they're supposed to be margin right. Yes, so this would. Okay, see out. This is what we got, and this is how it's supposed to be. So now what is remaining here on the sidebar is the user container. Let's try the user container now. And we are currently done with our sidebar. CSS code for sidebar is done. So let's see the outcome. This is what we have, but we still have some issues here. So this is not supposed to look this way. So like this icon is supposed to be somewhere here. So let's see what the problem is. Let's change flex start, justify content to space between, and see the outcome. Yeah, I think this is nice. So we are done with our sidebar. This looks so nice. Next, we are going to start creating the navigation component. So I'll come over here. Every other component I'll be creating it inside the main element. So let's create the navigation. So we are through mapping up our navigation component. So when we open this, we are not going to see our navigation bar, the contents in our navigation bar. That is because they are hiding under our sidebar. So now let's go to our CSS and style the navigation bar so that it will come out and we can see it. So come over here. First of all, let's select main. Our navigation bar is located within main. So our navigation will display its flex. So we are hiding the menu icon, menu button for now. We'll only show it when on mobile device. So let's hide the menu for now. So for now, look at what we have. Yes, we are getting somewhere. And I think we have the error somewhere on the spy. Okay, so this is the error here. Yeah, so this is what we have right now. So for now we are done with styling our navigation. The next component we're creating is the review header. In this second header row, I will add the following class. So I have three header box. So on the first one, I will create this. So let me delete this, the remaining two header box. So I will just duplicate this one here and edit. Here I will not be having a button, so I'll delete it. Here I will replace the button with this. So I have my star, so I will just duplicate this 4 more times so that I can have 5 star. So actually the last one, I don't want it to be a complete star, I want it to be a half star. So I will edit it. So I will change those text over here to the third header box. We are going to have this class name, bench wrapper. So basically this one will contain our progress or our renting progress. So you just give some space so that it will be more clearer. Duplicate and I will edit. So this will be for yes, we are now done with our review header. The CSS is now remaining the CSS part. So let's before we start styling it, let's take a look at how it looks like currently on the browser. So this is it. This is how it looks like on the browser. So we need to add styling to this so that it will look very beautiful. So we write our code for our review header here. So this we select the second header box within header row. So that is what this selector will do. To select the second header box. So we're given the second header box. The border left should be gray border and the border right should be gray border also. we are done with our reviews header of CSS. So let's preview it and see how it looks like. Wow. So this is how it currently looks like, and it's very beautiful. Wow. So I don't think this color is supposed to be this way. So we will actually change the background color of this button to another color. So this is where we selected the button. So let's change it to color success. Yeah, so wow. So this is what we have right now. The next component we're going to be creating is the review content, which is the last component we're going to be creating in this tutorial. So let's crush it now. So I'll be creating section that's review content. So let me comment here. So there will be stars here. So we have created star container before now. So I will just go and copy that and paste there. So here we have star container. So just pick it up and paste it in here. Just generated Lauren with some text. So we are done with creating the review card, starting from here and in here. That's the review card. So what I will do here is that I will comment this review card that then I think that's here. This is a review card and I'll be duplicating the review card. I'll duplicate it at least 4 more times. So I'll just copy it. Then duplicate 1, 2, 3, 4. So I have review card, 5 of them within our review content. So this is the second one. Let me just edit the second one. The second review card, I'll just change the image to the this one. Change the name. The third one, let's use this feature. Okay, so we edited them, and so we are through with our HTML part of review content. So it's remaining the CSS. So this is how it looks like right now. We definitely need to use CSS to style it to look good. So we start writing our CSS code for review content here. So this let's check what we've been doing. Wow, 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 wow. So let me refresh. So this is what we have here. Although this is not supposed to look this way, but let's look into it and see the reason why it's still looking this way. Okay, we need selecting the middle. Let's add selection to the middle inside the review info. Yeah, see, well, that's cool, but then this is still not in place. Okay, reviewer info container, not just review info container, it's reviewer info container. So what we will do is to select this, all of them, and make the changes. So just highlight and begin to click on Command D, select wherever you have used it. You should be able to select it. So let's change all of them at once. Correct. So this is it. Wow, it's a nice build, man. So we have been able to create the desktop version of this build, but then we need to make it responsive. So that is the last thing we have here to do. We need to make it look good both on tablet and a mobile. So we use CSS for making it responsive. That's what we're going to be using to make it responsive, CSS. So let's come over here. Let's go to our code and crush it, man. Okay, so this is our CSS. I will just comment here responsive. Making the code responsive, we start by the Windows. Okay, let's change this to 900. So first we make the nav bar to be responsive. Where it will say minus 300 pixels. The nav bar chat. Also the main. And then the navigation. The navigation at the top, 0 offset from the top. So we want to make it blur. So let's show the menu icon those points. So the toggle menu, when it is checked, we are going to display the sidebar. When the toggle menu is checked, we will display the sidebar. So let's do this. Check. Then we use this tilde. Then it start here.
Also, we want to show the overlay when the toggle menu is checked. Review header also. Let's take a look at what's going on. So let me switch to responsive mode. Wow. You can see we can now display and hide. We can display and hide the sidebar, but before then we need to add something to our HTML. So we need to add a checkbox with an ID of have an ID of toggle menu. So we need to add it before the sidebar. It needs to be for this to work, the checkbox we want to add must be a sibling to the sidebar. So checkbox so we're also going to create using a level. We're going to be creating an overlay. Let's just give it a class of overlay. So we're not going to see this toggle menu because in our CSS I've already hidden it while written code that hides it. So look at it here, our toggle menu. See, we are written this code hides it. It makes it invisible. So let's take a look again and refresh. So let me squeeze this to get to 900 downward. You see that? So when I click on this, you see my sidebar appear. I click it, disappear. So that's it. Now, but the another thing again is that as this thing keeps on squeezing, you see this is becoming scattered. It's becoming it's not comfortable this way. So we still need to target another screen size and write code for that. So let me open again. Okay, so again. Please change this to header row. Yeah, so this is what we have. Now we are having a beautiful shape here. So again, let's add this. Okay. Okay, the next thing that remains right now is to add the darting, so that whenever we click on this, we can cover this. We open up the JS and let's write some JavaScript code for toggling the thing. So before we start writing our JavaScript code, let's go back to CSS and scroll up. Let's uncomment this. So we come back here. So we first of all need to select this our theme toggle button. So we need to select them first in our JavaScript. So we need to select this guy. So come over here and write const toggle. Okay. So we are going to add an event listing out to this thing toggle. A click event. So let's add this class name. Wow, so we are done with this. So when we click here now, you see, okay, so I see some program here. So we are done with this. So you can switch to darting, switch to lighting. Interesting. That is. This is it. Wow.
If you enjoy watching this video, please remember to subscribe. Support me by subscribing to my channel. Thank you very much for watching. See you in the next video. Thanks.